Hey there, guys. Happy Monday. Thanks for coming in tonight. Thank you, replay viewers, for hopping in here. And thanks, YouTube viewers, for watching. YouTube viewers, you can join me live on Periscope every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Just download Periscope to your app, or to your phone, the Periscope app to your phone, and search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. and there's instructions to download Periscope just right below you in the YouTube description. So, all right, guys, I am going to finish Block 57 tonight. We have hardly anything to do. All we have to do is sew these 3 rows up and then sew them all together. I think this will go pretty quick, and I think we might even be able to work on another block tonight, and I have one in mind. It's another pieced one that we're at kind of the same stage with. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get started. Hey there, guys. Woo. Let me fix this. Oh, we're a little crooked tonight. Sorry. My stand's all funny. Well, anyway, there we go. Hope you all are having a great Monday. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. And like I said, we are working on Block 57. It is so cute. It is by Lissa Alexander. It's called Starting Point. It's got a bunch of little squares that meet in the center. It's like a nice little starting point in the center. And we are almost done. We just started it yesterday and sped through it. I mean, the cutting went super fast. The sewing's going super fast, which is awesome because that means we get to finish it up and start working on some of our unfinished blocks. I have, I think now 13 unfinished ones. I am hoping that I can get another one of those done tonight. I don't know if we'll get quite there, but I think we'll get close. So I'm going to flip you around and we'll get going. All right. Here we go. My cords are getting in the way tonight. So, okay. Here we go. This is what we did yesterday, which was quite a bit. Well, yesterday, plus we cut everything, the whole thing yesterday. So all we got to do is what we did on the inside here, where we sewed these 3 pieces, these 3 pieces, and these 3 pieces, and then sewed them together. We're just doing that exact same thing. So we're going to sew these 3 pieces, then these 3 pieces. This is like one piece now, so 1, 2, 3. And then these 3 pieces, and then we'll sew the rows together and press, and we're done, which is awesome. I'm super excited. So let's get going. We can go over to the machine right away. Okay. I'm going to scooch this over so you guys can see a little bit better. So let me know how your Monday went today. I actually got out of the house for a little meeting. I told you guys that I'm taking another painting class, which I'm so excited about. And I got like so lucky that I get to do it for nothing as long as I help promote it a little bit. Just, which is basically what I did in the last class, which is just be excited about it and post like my progress on social media. So I'm like, sure, I'll do that. I would have done that anyway. So I'm taking a portrait painting class for the oils. So my last class that I just finished was for beginning oils. I mean, I had never really done it before. And so now this is kind of like the next step, which is portraits, which I'm freaked out about because it's portraits and, in theory needs to look like someone, right? So that's going to be a big challenge for me. And I'm, not to mention that we're continuing with oils, which is challenging enough. But I met with the continuing ed person today just to meet and so she can just tell me that she wants me to do social media stuff, which is what I'm going to do anyway. So that was fun. I got to get out of the house, and the hubs came with me, and we went out to lunch, and it was beautiful out, and we don't do that all the time, so it was nice. nice Monday. And we met in a coffee shop, and he saw a bunch of friends that he hadn't seen in a while there, so he got a chit chat with them while I was in my meeting. Got blocks 2 and 3 done today. Oh, that's awesome. I just finished putting my videos for number 2 up, that little butterfly one. And man, I think the butterflies, I would do so much better now. I mean, that was only block number 2, and I feel like I've learned so much since then and have gotten so much better at like my scant 1/4 inch. I remember for that one, the size of my whole block was totally messed up. That was a lot of little pieces, and that was before I was using starch. Oh, you're only 5 behind. Oh, that's awesome, Janet. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm just trying to get them done too. I mean, I got the 13. But you know, working on that bunny the other night, that made me feel so good. Like it made me feel like, wow, okay, I am getting some of these older ones done. And you know what? I thought that was my oldest one, but it wasn't. I have an older one. I have Nature's Walk, that embroidery one to do. Got to put together, and it was too big. Oh, see, that's what happened to mine. It was too big, and I ended up just clipping all the wings off. I just cut it down. 0.5. Oh, I missed that. The blooming. Which one is the blooming one? 5. I know 4 was the one with the plant in the pot, or in the vase. I forget what 5 was. Was 5 a heart one? I think that was 3. Oh, stack of books. That was number 5? Wait, stack of books. Like that embroidery one? Oh, not 5. Oh, that's the one that you finished. Oh, now you have 5 left after that one. I see. I think I got it now. Unless I don't. Oh, that's the one you have to finish. Yeah, so the ones that I have the most work on are the embroidered ones. Oh man, I'm like, I have a piece laying here, where'd it go? I forgot I gotta cut it off the top. See, that's what happens when you chit-chat. I was gonna see if I could manage to talk and keep track of all my blocks at the same time, which almost got messed up there. I had a little panic. I'm like, I'm out of fabric. Why do I have this little square down here? But yeah, I have embroidered blocks the most right now to do. Oh, you finished Nature Walk of the weekend. Oh, you worked at the hog barn. Oh, so fun. That's the best. Did you post block 3, the videos? No, so that's the next one I'll be posting. I just finished posting a couple minutes ago block 2. So starting tomorrow, I will start posting block 3. And oh, that was the heart one with the big heart and then a bunch of the little hearts around it. I'm gonna press this now, so I'm gonna just scooch you guys up here. Nope, I don't have that one up yet, but that one will be the next one up for sure. But yeah, I think that was a good idea, just doing one a night, because it's, I'm getting them up now, you know, and before when I'm like, oh, I just need to sit down and get them all up, I wasn't doing it, because there is a lot to do yet. Like I have to take an image for it, and I have to title it and write the description and all that. It just kind of, it would take a day to do all of them at once. So, oh yeah, no problem. I you know, it's one of these things I've been meaning to get up, but it just hasn't been happening. So I'm actually doing it now with just this parameter of, okay, I just have to do one a night, and now it's actually getting up. So, oops, I was going to press these open. So I'm really happy about that. It's all about like tricking yourself into doing it somehow, and so doing it all in one batch clearly wasn't working, but the doing one a night seems to be working. And maybe one of these evenings I'll just try and get up as many as I can. and I looked at it. I think I have to do it through. I have a bunch of the April ones up, but not all of them, I don't think. And I think once I hit May, then it seems to be good to go from that point. So I do have quite a bit to do to get them all up yet. All right, that's pressed open. Let's do this guy. But they're getting done now, and I feel good about that. And it feels good to have some of these blocks where I can work on other blocks too in the same sitting or in the same, block period. It's feeling good to be able to get some of those ones done. So I might be be this weekend. I think I'm going to be shooting from my parents' house again. So you're going to hang out with me in my mom's sewing room again. We're going to go there for Labor Day. Wait, yeah, Labor Day, right? Or is that the other one? I'm horrible at these holidays. Anyway, I think it's Labor Day, right? That's not right, is it? What's the holiday coming up? It's too late. My brain doesn't work. Oh, that's right. Okay. When I said it out loud, I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't seem right. Anyway, so I think we're gonna go to my parents' house for Labor Day. What kind of sparked the idea of going there? First of all, we like going there anyway for holidays and stuff, but my husband is just finishing up his short film, and the one about the snow, the Great White Storm. It's like all just like expanses of snow. We shot it, oh god, in the horribleness of winter a couple of years ago. It was so cold. It was like 0 degrees when we were shooting, and windy and crazy, and I had so many clothes on, and they're all like wool, right? And but anyway. He's just finishing that up, and we're doing like the last pass at it. But we realized, we have not looked at it on a big screen. We've only seen it on our computer monitors. And my parents have a big outside movie screen that they can set up and project on, that they just got a little while ago. And we're like, ooh, we could go there and project it big on their like outdoor thing and to see what it looks like. So we have a one work session that we have to do on it yet that we're gonna do at my parents' house, and then we're gonna check to see what it looks like big in case there's any screaming errors that are there that we couldn't tell when we were seeing it smaller. But I'm excited for that. That'll be a fun outside, campfire thing to do. Perfect for a holiday. So that'll be fun. And then I will do my Periscope there as well for whatever the next block is that we get on Thursday. Oh, I think I'll be there Sunday too. Wait, no, we won't be there Thursday, but I might not be done with the block by Thursday, so I'll bring that one home, and then Sunday we'll get the new block. And you know what? Now that I think of it, Tuesday, so Monday's Labor Day, and then Tuesday is my first painting class. So I'm not going to have my Periscope on Tuesdays now for a little while, kind of how it was Mondays for the last class. But I am hoping to maybe do some Periscoping before my class. So like I can, like when I get there, if I get there early or something, they have a gallery show up in the main gallery. They have a show up of some of the teachers' work. So I thought maybe I'd Periscope from there and maybe show you the classroom or something, or maybe Periscope when I'm done with it too. It'll be 9:30 when the class is done. So maybe I'll just pop into Periscope there and I can kind of show you what my progress was for the night and what we talked about and stuff. So I think I might start doing those. So I might still have my Periscope on Tuesdays. It'll just be from my class and just kind of short, just a short little thing. to just kind of show you what I did with the painting, if you're interested in something like that. So Tuesdays will be a little bit different, starting next Tuesday. Not tomorrow, but the Tuesday after. This looks right? Yeah, these are all the right quadrants. So we got that done. Now we're just gonna sew these 3 rows together, and I'm gonna use the Wonder Clips again. Oops. All right, good. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a little different. It'll just be kind of like a little check-in, and it's not quilting. It's not. I mean, but it's still making stuff and trying out things, and it's portraits, which is freaking me out. Like, I'm totally scared to do it. And, I barely know anything about oil painting. I just took that one class, so it'll be interesting for sure, but, I'm excited about it. And then a couple of weekends from now, I'm taking that, during the day, I'm taking that t-shirt making class, or shirt making class, at the local quilt shop here. I know we talked about a little while ago that, like, man, I should be, two things. Like, I want to learn some garment sewing, because I don't know anything about that at all, really. I mean, I've read, like, vintage books about it, so I know about things like easing for, like, sleeves and stuff, but I've never done it. So there's that, and also we were talking about that there's not many places by me anymore that, I'm going to put one more in the middle. You know what, I don't think I need it. I think I might do the bottom right away too. But there's not many places by me anymore that are cute little quilt shops, and especially ones that are nice to you. And this one is great, and it's just like a little ways away, but not any ways away that should keep me from going there. So I'm like, you know what, I need to go there and take a class or something. And they happen to have, I looked on their site, and they happen to have like a shirt making class. So that will be in a couple weekends from now, so I'll definitely have a show and tell of that. I'm pretty excited about that one. I could just see making t-shirts. Have you framed and hung your oil paint? I have not done anything with them. They're actually sitting in the basement. They're like, I'd like to hang them up, but I want to do it, like in the basement when I'm done cleaning. So I have my thing set up, but I want to paint in the basement there, and we're still. Oh, see, this is not right. Oof, I'm glad I caught that. That would have been bad. I want to hang them up down there. I don't know. It hasn't been that long. I would like to do something with them. But yeah, I wanted to make like a little studio workspace down there. All right, let's do this. I'm kind of totally digging these Wonder Clips for, instead of pins. They're really tight, so I mean, and they hold it, I feel like they can almost hold them in place better than pins, because I can line things up perfectly, hold it, and then clip. With a pin, when you're pushing it in, you're kind of moving your fabric a little bit, so you don't know if you're perfect anymore, and with these you are. And you know what? In theory, I should probably sew this way so I can see all the seam allowances, but I'm not. I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, the Wonder Clips, yeah, I'm totally digging them. It's, again, one of those things like, oh God, do I really need another gadget or another thing? But man, one thing I'm discovering with the Splendid Sampler is that all these little doodads are kind of awesome. all the little bits and bobs and stuff that help make things easier really do actually make things easier, and I just kind of am liking them a lot. Like this, and the add a quarter ruler for sure has been just, that one I was like, oh God, that's one that, why would I need anything like that? I know how to measure a 1/4 inch. Why would I need a 1/4 inch specific ruler? But man, it's awesome. I love that thing. It makes paper piecing just even more easy on the brain. So I just love that. And then my other favorite thing has been those rubber stoppers, those stickers that you can throw on the bottom of, you'll have yours too, the stickers that you can throw on the bottom of the rulers so they don't slip. Man, I feel so much better after using, or cutting. I feel so much better cutting after using those. And I haven't done much with these Wonder Clips yet, so this is kind of new, using them for pins instead of pins. So that's been kind of fun. Fun experimenting for the past block or so with that. All right, and this was a good idea to pin it right away too, I think. Or not pin, but clip it right away. I can just turn it around and start right up. I don't have to line anything up or anything. That's kind of nice. We're gonna be done with this so fast, this block. All right, slip this guy off. All right, now that my needle has that secured, I just want to line up, make sure that this is lined up still. Yeah, we're good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wore my rings today. I don't, like, it's silly, but I don't wear them all the time just because I'm using my hands a lot, or, you know, and washing my hands or doing the dishes or something, and then I just put them in my little bowl and don't put them back on. They're, what are they called? Oh, they're, here, I have them right here. True Grips, I think? Let me check quick. And I'll put a link in my video to, here they are, yeah, True Grips. So you can just do like a Google search or an Amazon search or something for True Grips. For Splendid Sampler, should I get 2 fat quarter bundles or 1 half yard? I would check I would go back to the Splendid Sampler Quilt Along website, so the Splendid Sampler. They talk about fabric requirements in one of the earlier posts. My guess is if you go to the blocks area, or there must be some sort of getting started tab. I would guess. I haven't looked at it, but I think they were recommending around 30 to 35, or I don't know, yeah, around 30 to 35 fat quarters was a general starting point, is kind of what they were saying. And I think I only picked out between 20 and 25, just because that's all I just really grabbed. And, you know, and I have some yardage though, like I've been using more of this one, so I had a yard of this. Oh yeah, so I'm not quite, I don't really actually know how much it exactly takes. Did I put these? Yeah, I put these back in here. So I'm starting out kind of with 25 or 27-ish maybe, and I'm just gonna see where I get. I'm definitely running out of my blues. Finish this black with bonus B. Ooh, with pillowcases. The Ferris. Oh, you might want to do a couple of... So, yeah, choosing the fabrics, I mean, that's kind of the biggest barrier. But once you make a decision on that, and the thing is, too, you can always add to it, you know? Like, if, what my mom's doing is she started with a couple colors that she liked, and then she's just going through her scraps and adding some scraps every once in a while, just to mix it up. So work on the pin cushioning. Oh, adding the cute little thimble. Oh, you're adding a thimble. Oh, that's a good idea. I was thinking the strawberry when you said thimble, but that's cute, adding a thimble. Yeah, I know for me, it took me a long time to pick my... Oh, but you're not happy with it. Yeah, it took me a while to pick my fabrics. What I did is I kind of laid out all the fabrics, and I looked at a couple things. So I looked at, do I have a range of values? Like, do I have darks and mediums and light colors in there? Like, if you squint, sometimes if you squint at your fabrics, you can tell if they're really dark or if they're really light or medium. Like for this, for example, I got a bunch of lights and then a bunch of darks. So that would be something you want to look at first, because that's going to probably make the biggest difference when putting your quilt together. Like if I had all mediums, I wouldn't be able to do a block like this where I have the contrast between the two. And this is pretty high contrast. Like I have really, really dark and really, really light. But I do have mediums in my fabrics as well, so not all of them are contrasty like this. I have to have a focal fabric found. Oh, see, now that's a great idea too. A focal fabric. So that's just like almost like a favorite fabric. Like, you know, some of mine are really textural, but some, every once in a while, I'll have one that's just super cool and graphic, and one that I just want to showcase. So it'd be good to have a couple like showcase fabrics in there that are just like the two, you know, cool for school fabrics that are just like your favorites. And actually, I would start there. I would start by your couple super favorite fabrics that you for sure want to have in. And then I would pepper in other values and colors that are similar to those. Or like, you know, if you have a floral, for example, do not think about using... Oh, yeah. So you can take a black and white photo and then you kind of see the values as well. But like, let's say you have... Oh, for this for example, like this fabric. Like, let's say I really like this fabric and I want to design my quilt kind of around it. I mean, I would grab a bunch more darks, you know, and which I did. So this is kind of a dark. That kind of goes with this dark here. And there's a lot of pretty yellows in, so I'd maybe grab some of my fabrics that are yellow, and even this little purple is in there. And that could be the start of, you know, a quilt. You know what I mean? And I might grab a bunch of those colors then. And I also have lights and mediums and darks in here. So I have the really dark, this is a light with the light white as well. And then this purple is kind of like a nice medium color. So I'd have my values if I picked similar colors to that. But then once I have some of those laid out, the other thing I would look at is proportion of colors and values. So like, for example, for my quilt, I wanted it to have a blue feel to it. So I picked a whole lot more blue fabrics versus the yellow and reds that I'm picking too. Those ones, I didn't pick as many fat quarters. I have maybe 2 or 3 fat quarters of those, and then the rest are blues, because I wanted an overall feel of a blue fabric. I'm kind of losing some of my open seams, but it's not going to matter really. So that's kind of where I start. I kind of start with the idea of like the showcase fabric that I really want to make something out of, because sometimes that's just enough to get you excited about a project, is like, ooh, I gotta use this awesome cool fabric. So I'll sometimes start there and build like a color scheme off of that, and then I have to make sure that I have the values. So I have the darks and the mediums and the lights. And then at some point you just gotta decide you're running with it. I'm trying to keep turquoise as the main color, but not too dark. Oh, that'd be pretty. A whole like turquoisey quilt. That sounds really beautiful. All right, and we're done here. Ooh, the feed sack by Whistler. I'll have to look that up. Is that a is it like old feed sacks for real, or is it a designer who did a feed sack look to it? I'll have to look at it, because that sounds interesting. So I think we had it this way. So there we go. This is black. Oh, a reproduced print. Those are so pretty. I love those. So there we go. Yay, I'm excited about it. So, but here you can see that value. So like if we had a ton of blocks just like this next to each other, we'd have these white diagonals going through our entire quilt, because this would match up with this diagonal down here, right? So this would be just so cool as a whole quilt. And it was so easy to cut out. Like if I would do this for a whole quilt, you know, we would just cut a whole pile of 1.5 inch squares and, you know, some rectangles and just chain piece all day long. I think it'd be super fun. But yay, that was quick. And you know what? there is a block I have in mind to do next. So here is my binder of unfinished blocks. This is actually my binder of blocks 51 through 100, and it also contains all my unfinished ones. So this is the guy that we worked on the other day. We got this one. Oh, the shell. Forgot about him already, man. Bumblebee. This is the one that I was hoping to do, because it's basically what we did here. It's this, it's block number 50. I'll show you the rest of my unfinished ones yet, though. But this is just sewing the rows together yet. That's all we have to do for here. So I think we can get pretty far on this. But here's my other unfinished ones. I got Dreaming of Dresden's to do yet. Oh, So South. I haven't started at all. This looks like it'd be pretty quick. So one of these days we'll just have to hunker down and do this one. Just the one little circle of English paper piece hexagons. Oh man. Balls in the air. I only have one segment done. But I bought the add an eighth ruler for this one, because it's got these tiny, tiny segments up here. So you can see them here. The dress. So a lot of foundation paper piecing and a lot of embroidery. This guy we gotta finish embroidering, and he has applique too on it. Here's the oldest one, Nature's Walk. I'm almost done with embroidery. We just have to do the little bugs and the little like stamen and pistil guys and the butterfly. But this has sewing yet to do. I think this has like triangles on it. So I'd like to finish that. Another embroidery one. This one we got a ways to go. I really like this block a lot, but this is gonna take some hunker down time. Oh man, there's more. And then Inchy Hexagon Club. I got all my fabric scraps in here. Oh yeah, storing it like this has worked super duper well for me. So when I store it, when I'm my in progress ones, I have them each in their own container. Oh, that's it. Those are my unfinished ones. And then, but when I can't show you an example in there. But once I'm finished with it, then I'll show you. When I'm finished with the blocks, then I put them back to back. So like, you know, they're back to back in my finished blocks then, just to save space. Just so I'm using less of the little. Oh, I forgot about him. He's cute. Yeah, so I actually they're the thick freaking binders too. Like they're big. They're like the 3-inch. Yeah, it's a 3-inch one. Yeah, it's one of those super fat ones. And I have 2 of them actually now. Yeah, it's a 3-inch. Oops, let's turn this. But yeah, with I filled the first 3-inch with all of the blocks. Like I wouldn't have been able to fit any more in there. So I'm gonna throw this one to the side. Let's see what we got here. So I had to have another one. Oh, I hope work goes well tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. All right. Ooh, this one I did at my parents' house because I printed it out in color on their printer. All right, what do we got? Let's try and lay this thing out. I would like to get as far on this as I can. Oh, I don't know if we'll finish this one. I have a lot of sub-segments, it looks like. But we can get somewhere on it, I think. I remember this one now. Little fun arrows. That goes this way. Green is this way. Oh, and those made their own little triangles there. Forgot about that. All right, it goes there, there. Yeah, that's right. This one's gonna be cute. This is one of those ones where it's just gonna suck in from all the seam allowances. All the pieces are just gonna go shoot. All right, this one's got a little bent. I'm gonna just press in quick. So it looks like maybe we won't finish tonight, but it'd be nice to at least get these squares. Like this has to become a square, this has to become a square, this one and this one. So we can at least get those together, I think. Oh, we might get a little farther than that. We'll see. So let's start with those. So in theory, for these, oh, I used my mom's thread too, I can tell. For these, I have to pay attention to the corners. So I want to be sewing right through that, where that X meets, because that's our flying geese. So like once it's like that, if I sew through it, then I'll have like a nice point. You know, it'll be a point like this. So I want to make sure that I'm kind of aiming for that cross. So I want to also sew with it on the top. I don't want to sew this way where it's not on the top. There. So let's try that. And I'm going to just chain piece all these chunks together. It'll be easy for me to figure out where they go because I just did it the exact same colors as this. I chose fabrics that look just like the picture, which is funny. I don't think I've done that before. All right, so kind of aiming for that point. And in theory, that point should be in the right spot anyway. It should be at my scant 1/4 inch mark. I think, and I must have also trimmed these down already too, because these don't have like little ears on them, or the dog ears, or the kitty ears, that's what we're calling them. They don't have the kitty ears on, so that means that I probably trimmed these already. I should have probably, with these, I should probably, the blocks that I don't finish right away, I should probably be writing down any notes where I left off on, and I didn't really for this. Maybe that's something I should start doing, I don't know. Let's do this middle guy. So now this one has a double point. So this would be one. Let's do this. So I'm gonna get my little wonder clips out again. We'll just put them over here. So I'm going to put, I want these 2 points to match up there. So I'm going to do that thing where you put a pin through, kind of like what we do for paper piecing. I'm going to put a pin right through that X, but straight down. I don't want to curve it. All right, and then I'm going to go through the X over here, or the point. And then so I have my pin kind of straight here, like that. So I'm going through the X here, and I'm coming out the X here. And now I'm just gonna throw a wonder clip on there to hold it together. Just gonna put it right on that seam to grab it. Then I can remove that pin. But I'm hoping that helps me match those seams. And again, I still need to go towards that little X there. Alright, I gotta remove the wonder clip. Hopefully that's still together. And it's getting bulky there. Real bulky. So hopefully we're fine. I'm gonna keep chain piecing. We'll take a look at that when we're done. See how close we got. This green is so pretty. My mom's actually using this green in her quilt too, so we have one little connector fabric between our 2 quilts. But yeah, I'll get to see if we go, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go, but on Saturday when we go up there, I'll get to, or Friday, I don't know. Yeah, it'll probably be Friday. I'll get to see my mom's blocks again and how far she is. She's got all the blocks finished, I think, and a ton of the bonus ones. So she's cruising right along on hers. The amount that I have unfinished, she makes up for them in bonus blocks, basically. At least that's how it was last time I was home when we compared our 50. And my 50 was basically 40 because I was 10 behind at that point. All right, let's see how we did here. Oh, let's actually finish this up with one of these guys. Okay. Alright, this guy's on the bottom. Oh, see, we could have done that a lot closer. Our point didn't quite make it there. Yeah, so you can see when I sewed through it, I didn't quite hit that point. I was a little shy of it, and that's what happened. So we don't have like the perfect point there, but I'm perfectly okay with that. This goes this way. Really got a lot done. Yeah, well, tonight I think we got a ton done just because that one block we were almost done with it. Oh, you're caught up. Oh, now you're 7 behind. Yeah, that's how it goes. So this one looks like I went like right through that point. So let's see if we're closer there. Yeah, so see, here's the difference. This one I went kind of right through that point, and we're a lot better. It's a much better point. I could have probably even went a hair over the point, like toward down into this fabric, and I would have been even closer. But that's a pretty good looking point there. I'm happy with that one. He goes here. All right, now this is that middle one that we pinned and used the Wonder Clip on. Ooh, I can tell that I'm a little shy on this side of the center. Oh, but this one I'm all right. It was pretty bulky, so let's see what we got. It's not too shabby. I could probably go back in there and sew it a little closer. I don't know. Maybe I want to do that. Let's try doing that. I'm going to sew this one a little bit closer because I can see, look at it, it got so thick there, so I can see me getting smaller here. It's veering a little bit, so it looked good up here. So I'm going to just stitch right over that again and then try and get this point a little better. Let's just see what happens if I try that. Now that I don't have the clip in the way or anything. See how it goes. I'm not sure if I got that much closer. I got a little bit better seam allowance down at the bottom here. And maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna do it one more time. Why not? Let's just I'm gonna exaggerate it a little bit more. Because I really want to get that point for just to see. So I may have gone a little too far at this point. I definitely exaggerated it quite a bit, maybe way more than I should have, but oh well, let's see what happened. Alright, so this time I erred on the side of going over that bit. I'm at like a good 1/4 inch seam allowance now. I think I'm not at my shy 1/4 inch or my scant 1/4 inch. So there we go. We kind of clipped this green one a little bit, and I'm not sure we're all that square anymore either. But I think I'm gonna just leave it there, and I'm not gonna pull out any of these seams either. I'm just gonna let's just yank on this a little bit. Probably not the right thing to do either. But I think we're just gonna call it at that. But you can see the difference. I mean, at least they're looking kind of like they're meeting in the middle now, and that's kind of nice. So let's just leave that as that. And we got a couple more here. Something to improve on, that's for sure. Matching up the flying geese. So this again, I could have probably erred on the side of getting on that point a little bit better. Those two fabrics are pretty cute together. That'd be a cute baby quilt. And then this guy. Cute. Oh, I like this one too, the dark and the light together. All right, let's press those. My guess is that we press them. Ooh, this is a double-sided. Oh, this doesn't have pressing instructions. Oh, press seams open. There we go. It was missing those little cute arrows. We'll press these guys open. Oh, we still have 15 minutes yet. We might be able to at least sew some of these rows together. Let's give it a try. Maybe you can press these guys quickly. be kind of awesome to get 2 blocks done in an evening. I'm still not quite sure we'll get this one done. Whew, this is bulky, holy cow. There we go. Just kind of finger pressed that point a little bit so I could squish it with the iron. And I'll press it open. So we're going to have a little problem pressing open that centerpiece that I did all those seams in. So we might just press that to one side, even though it's going to be like super duper bulky. But, oh well, who cares? I'm thinking we got a whole pile of other blocks with really bulky seams, and it's not going to be the end of the world. All right, heat goes right like this. All right, go. This whole row has seams to press. All right, I'm just gonna squish this open. There we go. I suppose I could have maybe put some more starch on here before sewing it, but I don't know. I don't know if it'd make a difference. I use the rubber mallet. Oh, so I've heard someone else do that too. I have to get one of those. I don't have a nice rubber mallet like that, and that'd be just like a fun thing to have around the house. I feel like I would kind of use it a lot, but yeah, you know what? I think that's a great idea. I've never actually done that before, but I've heard that it helps for people, and maybe I'll get one. I'll put that on my list. Maybe I'll get one of those after, so I can use it when we're done like with the whole thing before I sew all the blocks together. I can hammer them all down or something. Get rid of some of that bulk on some of these blocks. Got it cheap from General Farm Supply Store. Oh, cool. Oh, Farm and Fleet. So we have Fleet Farm. We don't have Farm and Fleets by us. We have the Fleet Farms, which is just so funny. I love that there's two of those. That is one of my favorite places to go, though, to Fleet Farm. It's a distinct smell, like those hardware stores, and I just love it. Like, it feels like a home. When it's one of the, because we used to go to Fleet Farm all the time when we were little and stuff, and I don't know, it's just one of those places that feels like home. So whenever I smell that smell, I think of Fleet Farm from my parents' house. I always love going into those Fleet Farms. There's so much stuff in those places, and they're just fun. This one this one could use a pounding. I'm just gonna try squishing it. Squishing it as best I can. This is the one I kind of want to stretch it a little. I don't know if that's probably not the best thing to do for fabric, stretching it. It's decent. It'll do. All right, one more, and then we can sew rows together. And we got like 10 minutes yet. I think we'll get some of these rows together. I'm not gonna measure all these sub pieces. I could at this point measure these sub pieces and make sure that they're the perfect size. Oops, that didn't look good. And do all that, but nah, I'm not gonna do any of that. We're just gonna work with what we got here. Oh, this one I feel like I'm wrecking somehow. Maybe not. Whew, hot. Oh, so I was looking for a different TV show to watch today. Like, I was doing some work that I just needed something monotonous on, and I'm not done with Sherlock yet, but I wanted something just more easy to have on in the background. And so I was on Netflix, and it suggested, oh, what's the show? And I picked it because it has Shailene Woodley in it, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see what that's like. It's that, The Secret Life of American Teenagers, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. If you liked it, Sorry, I just could not get into it at all. It felt like an old like 1990s or like even like early 2000s, like some old weird sitcom. But I looked at the date and it's from 2013. Like, it should not have that weird old feel to it, and their hair and everything just looked so old. I don't know, it was slow, and I was thinking, oh, maybe this will be like fun like Gilmore Girls, but it was not Gilmore Girls. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, oh, it has, Shailene Woodley's a huge movie star now. Maybe it'll be fun. But meh. Alright. That was my afternoon. It was funny, I watched, I'm gonna match up this X again here. I watched 1.5 episodes, and then I'm just like, I can't watch another episode. And then I was like, I wonder if it gets better, like, in the last season. So I watched, it has 5 seasons, so I watched the first episode. I didn't finish it. I watched, like, the first 5 minutes of the first episode of the last season, and that was just as boring and dumb, and they had a whole montage of their relationship from all the past 4 seasons, so I didn't have to watch any of those other seasons because they gave it to me in the first 5 minutes of this last one, and then I'm just like, I can't do it, and I turned it off, which I never hardly do. I usually stick with the series, even if it's like really mundane and stuff, but I just couldn't watch it. It's just not good. Yeah, it kept popping up on my Netflix. I think it was on some weird TV station that you'd have to have like some special cable or whatever to get it. So I haven't been paying too close attention to make sure things are matching up, but in theory, this seam, I want to match up with this seam, but I'm just gonna, I didn't trim these down, so everything's kind of wonky to begin with, so this is just gonna be a wonky one. But I think that's okay. These don't have to be perfect. Oh, that's it. I'm on the next row already. Let's trim the top here. So we're doing the same thing that we did in the last block now. Oh, there, that's cute. We're doing the 3 rows, and then we'll sew the 3 rows together. I know! We have like 7 minutes or so. I might just try and whip this guy out yet, just for the sake of getting it done. Then we have a whole free day tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so we'll have a whole, we just have one free day. So I don't know. I'll have to work on another one tomorrow. But that's nice, a whole day to get to work on a different one. I wasn't expecting this week's block to go so quickly. Cute. This is just cute. I love when it just starts coming together. No, I didn't finish the bunny, and you know what? I'm pretty tempted to continue that one. Just because it felt so good working on that one again, and it takes the least amount of energy because all the pieces are completely prepped and we're just sewing it on. I did find the grass. It was on the floor. I lost the grass for it when we were sewing it, but I found it. And that's the next step is the grass. So yeah, so I'm tempted to whip that one out. I think that's my plan if I had to decide right now. Although last time I did that, when I chose the bunny, I wasn't planning on the bunny. I just kind of went with what I felt that night. So we'll do that. I went back and watched. Oh, you did the prep work for that one. Yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, that was I remember that being a lot of work getting that prepped, and I was just thinking, holy cow, this is a whole lot to get going for this block, and and then we never even got to the block. We never got to the actual stitching of it until a couple nights ago. Yeah, it was several days of just prepping. So I was like, for sure, like I'm not sure if this is how I like doing doing these blocks, and I'll never do it this way again, but at this point where I'm at now, it is so slick to have all those blocks prepped, and all I have to do is stitch them on, and it's still exactly like needle turn. I've just turned them beforehand, basically, and it's just starch holding it there. I'm just, this goes this way. I'm kind of into it now. I'm kind of really liking. Did you see this? And it just went shoop. All our pieces were so big, and now it's this in this tiny little package. Oops, this way. Nope. Yeah, this way. All right, let's press these guys. I'm gonna just finish this up. We're like done. I just gotta press these guys open, and sew the 3 rows together. That's easy enough. I'm doing this really oddly. Let's just go right in the middle there. So I'm going to use the Wonder Clips again for this too. I mean that's helping me be a whole lot more okay with this open seam thing, pressing the seams open, because before I'm just like, ugh, I just don't like. I mean, I still am not a fan of this part of pressing the seams open because it's hot, it keeps burning my fingers, but having the Wonder Clips hold those seams together has been helping a ton to get my seams better with this whole open seam thing. Because like when I was pinning it and stuff, or even when I wasn't pinning it and I was just kind of trying to hold it in place, it just wasn't really working. But with the Wonder Clips, it's kind of a nice happy medium because I get to skip the pins. And it's almost as if I'm just sewing without pinning. I'm, just plopping on one of those clips really easily. So I don't feel so weird about these open seams anymore, I don't think. I don't know. That's a tentative thought. We'll see. I still am not a huge fan of this part, the actual pressing of it, though. It's hot. I feel like I get so sweaty during these periscopes, and I think it's just because from this iron. Alright, that's good and ironed. He's not getting better. Alright, let's do this guy. We're just going to press it both ways first. It's thick. I like all these flying geese, though. They're so tiny, though, these flying geese. Ugh, I kind of flattened all these seams. These are the ones we're worried about now, though. Just going to try and rush through this. I don't think I'm ever going to get all these perfectly flat. There's actually a tool you can get. It's just basically a round tube so that you can press seams open because it raises up your area so that when you press, you're only pressing this and you're not accidentally pressing all your other ones shut. So you just keep moving along that tube and keep pressing them open, and you're not squishing all your other ones that you just pressed open like I'm doing now. I was going to just recollect. All right, I'm liking this little center guy. Oh, you have one of those 2B things. What are they called? I mean, I don't think it's called like a bolster, is it? Or I'm wondering. Yeah, I'd like to. I'd consider getting one of those to test out here. Oh, ham. Oh, a strip stick. That sounds like it. Yeah, it's not a ham. That's a little bit different. A strip stick. All right, I'm gonna look that up. Because that would kind of be handy on some of these. And I mean, gosh, I can't even get this one. We're sewing things open quite a bit, like enough that something like that would be kind of nice to have. And since we're playing with all these gadgets and testing them out, because I've never used any of these, you know, silly gadgets before, might as well get some more, right? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I don't know, before the Splendid Sampler, I was just like, oh, I have an 18-inch one and the next size down for super small seams. 18-inch. That's a good size. I think I like the idea of an 18-inch one. But yeah, a smaller one would be nice for all these. But yeah, before the Splendid Sampler, I'm like, I don't need any of these extra things. Like, I like that people can do it without all these things. And I still do actually really like that you don't need any special gadgets to do this stuff. But, ooh, hold on, let's just do it. No, it's not a ham. It's different. Like a ham is bigger. Like a ham is like a football looking thing, right? This is different. It's a tiny, skinny tube. Like it's only like this big and long, like a hot dog. And it's specifically to just lay these on top so that, you know, they're open just a little like this. So that it's just raised up just a hair, just like this. So then this is the only, if I pressed here, this is the only thing I could press, is this seam. All right, let's go down here. Cute. All right, let's just quickly put this together and see what we got here. So my seams are clearly not, I don't have like perfect edges on this or anything, but we're just gonna go with it. So I'm putting my open seams together best I can. I think I'm going to get one of those, a strip stick. I got to remember that. Because we've been doing this long enough and it's annoying, all these open seams, and that would be really helpful, especially all these tiny blocks. Every time we get to get the clips. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't used the clips very much yet, and this was just kind of a new discovery, doing it, for me at least. On the shell block, we use the clips to put our paper piece, our sections together. It's a strip stick by Bab Enterprises. Okay, strip stick Bab Enterprises. But yeah, this is using the clips as my pins has been kind of slick. I'm kind of digging them. I mean, I think typically you get them for like binding a quilt, but I've seen other people use them to pin a bunch of stuff together. I'm like, do I really need that extra little thing? And I don't know, now I'm totally digging it. Just like all the other fancy tools, I'm liking them all. I don't think they're that oh, maybe they are. I think it might be like $10 or something for a case of them. Maybe it's a little bit more, I can't quite remember. I think I have the link on my YouTube video. I'll have to check that again. Slide him off. Get the stiletto. Just having the stiletto is just kind of nice. It just makes me feel like I have a handle on this. The mini is 8 and oh, sweet. Okay. You know what? I think I like the idea of the 8 3/4. We really probably don't need it. Since our blocks are 6.5 inches, I probably don't need a bigger one. Although it would be cool for other projects, for sure. But maybe I'll get the little one. And $8, I can deal with an $8 deal. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I like that idea because that's been one of the things that's been one of the annoyances. I mean, all these tools have really been getting rid of all the annoyances, all my annoyances, like the rubber grippies, and now this little that strip stick. Oh, geez, I did not get this on, but oh well. I didn't clip that well enough. I was a little off there. I think that was from my pressing. I didn't press it, or I couldn't see my pressing good enough, so this one's kind of weird. But this one looks great. This edge over here. Oh, it looks okay. Not great. But I think we got the effect that we're going for. I'm perfectly fine with what we got here. Let's clip this other one and press and be done, and then we got another one done. I know we're a little over tonight. I've been going over a lot lately, but it's just, you get to a certain point and you just can't stop these things. It would be horrible to stop right now when all I have is this one more seam and then pressing, and I suppose I should check to see if it's 6.5 inches too. I have a feeling that might be a little sketchy. But, oh well. I know it's not going to be as sketchy as my block number 2. That one I was pretty far off of the 6.5 inches. I think I was edging on the 7-inch mark for that one. My seams were just not good. Alright, I think we got it here. Let's do it. Let's get these kind of matching. You have a few sketchy ones, yeah. Basically all of my beginning ones are not great as far as size. And lately we've been getting a little bit better, but this one feels a little all over the place again, so I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how we fare on this one. I'm thinking once I sew the whole quilt together, we'll just kind of wiggle things around till it's good. This is block 50. So we got 57 done, and we're going to get 50 done. Woohoo! That means I'm only going to have 12 unfinished ones now instead of 13. Yay! I'm out of the teams. Clip. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting this to be a perfectly flat, perfect quilt. I mean, if things get wobbly, I'm going to be fine with that. Speaking of the early vlogs, are you going to post the video of the embroidery? Oh, I think I'm pretty sure I must have filmed that. Yeah, I'll go check on that as well, because that would be kind of fun to have too. I've been just trying to get those blocks up, but yeah, I'll look at that too. Yeah, it'll eventually get up for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get everything up that I did on Periscope. It will all get up. Wow, this one I would need to pound. Oh, I didn't check to see how we matched up. This one, let's get it flat first, and then we'll see how we did. Oh, this one's so pretty. I did this one. This one I just went straight the exact colors that were recommended in the thing. I think I was tired. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much to keep track of. I'm gonna just do exactly what the picture is, so I don't have to think about what represents what. I'm just gonna do exactly by color. All right, this one's a little wobbly, but I think we're fine. So, all right. I'm going to just point it down so we can take a look at it. Here is, oops, this goes like this. This guy, and oh gosh, I clipped this guy off, but I think that was this flying geese's, or no, I think that was this flying geese's problem. This one was a little swoopy, it was a little weird, so a little drunk goose in there, so he got clipped kind of funny. So there is this block, and we got this block done. You know what, I'm gonna quickly measure these guys and trim them to the six inches, but oh look, they're kind of sweet together. That one was before I went back to all the blues, and you know, I'll veer from the blues too eventually, but I'm just for the next few. All right, we're close enough. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. We're just like maybe a 30-second or less off. So this is the difference between the blocks that I'm doing now versus the beginning blocks. I mean, I'm much closer to the 6.5 inches. This one is this one's heavy, or got like some heavy seams. Pretty sure we're a little wonky on this one. Yeah, oops, you guys can't see. So we're pretty shy on the bottom of this one. So we're almost, let's see, we're almost a 1/4 inch, not quite, a little bit more than an 1/8 of an inch off here, so that's not great. So this is going to be one of those ones that we just kind of form to fit with all the other ones. I'll have to match this one up with one that's a little big. Although I think I trimmed them all to 6.5 now, so you know, this is one of the ones that will only have like an 1/8 inch seam allowance instead of a 1/4 inch seam allowance, I think. But I'm not gonna trim it though. I think it's good. So there we are, 2 blocks tonight. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around. Hello. Ooh, my camera is just so funny tonight. I don't have something lined up just right. So sorry, I'm like way crooked here again, but here we go, 2 blocks. I'm so happy with them. I just love these tiny, tiny little squares that we've been doing in some of the blocks. This one was easier because we just were mashing up with these long ones versus, you know, this guy's got all those flying geese in there. There was a lot going on with this one comparatively with this one. Much simpler. Once we're in triangle land and, you know, especially all these flying geese, then we're entering a different world a little bit, but I love how it turned out. It's so pretty. So, all right, guys, I'm excited. We're gonna work on another one tomorrow. We get a whole day tomorrow to work on it. And you know what? When I have my painting class again, we're gonna be stuck with like 1 day of not working on things again. So I'm gonna get backed up with all the blocks even more. But well, it happens. We'll be fine. But tomorrow will be good. I think right now I'm leaning towards the bunny. So, all right, this will go up on YouTube shortly, and I got the last of Block 2 up right before I came onto Periscope. So all of Block 1 and all of Block 2 are now up, and I'll start putting up Block 3. So, all right, guys, thanks again. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.